Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Biking Roots, to the channel. If you're new, my name is Evan. We are a small bike shop out of the Spring, Texas area, and today we're going to talk about a cool bike. So the bike we're talking about today, I feel like I talk about them a lot, and maybe I do, but it's actually the San Quentin 3. Now, this one is a customer's bike, and we actually this is the first one that we got in at the beginning of the year, first one that we sold, and then right away he did a bunch of upgrades on it. And I actually filmed that upgrade video, but then never ended up posting it. And so today I'm going to show you some of that video, and he's actually selling this bike, so it's for sale. I'll put a link below. You can get a pretty sweet bike that has a ton of upgrades for a heck of a deal, in my opinion. So it's on Pink Bike. I'll put the link in the description. And we'll talk about these upgrades, but first I'm going to go to that other video, and then we'll come back and wrap it up here. All right, so we are going to change out this FSA Comet modular crankset, and we're going to do this Raceface Next carbon cranks. These are pretty cool, very light. I wish I had some of these for my bike. They're actually pretty cool. Bottom brackets and 30-tooth Raceface chainring. All right, and what this customer likes to do on a lot of his bikes is change out the wheels. So these are just the stock Marins that come with the San Quentin 3. Nothing special. Not bad, just not special. So what should we put on it? Well, Industry 9. Sure, why not? All right, so what we're installing is the Industry 9 Enduro S wheels, and these come with the Hydra hubs. And we also he decided he likes Shimano. We're going to change out the cassette, so we got the Microspline free hub body. So yeah, these are pretty sweet. Awesome high-performance aluminum wheel set. So you're not breaking the bank too much. These run, I think, like $1,000, but these should be pretty sweet. And because we're changing it to Microspline from the Shimano HD, I decided to go with a 1051 tooth SLX Microspline cassette. That is not it, but it's a little bit lighter, and we needed a Microspline cassette. So for brakes, these are the 4100s. So we're going to change out these stock Shimano 4-piston brakes. They're not bad, but we're going to go with different rotors. He's going to go with these XT SM RT 76. They have a newer version out, but these you can get for pretty inexpensive, which is nice, and they're nice rotors. And then we have some Saint brakes coming, a little bit more power, and they're just nice. So 203 up front, and then some 180s for the back. So we're not going to do the brakes in this video. We'll just do the rotors, and then whenever the Saints come in, we will swap those out. And then for tires, since we're doing new wheels, we're going to do some new tires. He's used these Continental Trail Kings on some of his other bikes, and he likes them. I like them too. They're good for the Houston area where we need some traction, but not like a crazy amount. So they're fast rolling and still have some good grip. So we'll swap those out and make it tubeless. All right, I think that's it for upgrades today. I know it's a lot, so you take a $2,000 bike and you throw, I don't know, $1,500, $1,600 at it. It'll make it even cooler. Why not? All right, what to do first? I think let's do the wheels first, and then we'll move to the cranks, I think. So normally we'd take everything off, but we're going to a new wheel, new cassette, new rotor, new tires, so technically we can leave this one alone. I do want to weigh this Sunrace cassette, just curious to see what it weighs. So this is the 1151 tooth Sunrace cassette. I don't know which model it is. These are all loosey-goosey. Rings. We are at 656 grams, so pretty chunky actually. Not quite like the SRAM 12-speed NX cassette, but it's pretty hefty. Alright, here's the SLX 1051 tooth cassette. And for the price, no! I hate these rings. Alright, got the rings back, and we'll get them in the right order in a second, but we're at 525 grams. So, yeah, not bad. We save some weight. I think he'll get some better shifting performance. Yes, there are lighter ones, like you go into the XT or the crazy expensive XTR cassette, but for the money, the SLX cassette isn't bad. Although, I will say SRAM GX is still lighter. So yeah, if you have a 2023 instead of the 2022 San Quentin 3, instead of a Microspline, you have an HG free hub body, so you're stuck with Shimano HG unless you change out the hub, which kind of stinks, but that's what they decided to do for 23. Very quick engagement for those that like that. For a rear wheel, it feels pretty darn light, which is nice. So we'll see. I'm not going to weigh them, but we'll put everything on the bike and then we'll see where we're at. One of the reasons you don't want to spill all your rings is because you forget the order that they go in. So sometimes it takes longer. And this is the case today. All right, this needs a little spacer. And this is always a little confusing. I think it's in. I will say Shimano's definitely harder to install than, the new 12-speed design is a little confusing to put together. That feels good. The old HG driver, you could like see the notch. This, you like have to feel and make sure that you line it up. I'm usually faster when I'm not holding a camera. Alright, just looking at my spacing, it looks like it is good. And I got the spacers in the right area. So if you don't, you can strip this thing out, which I've seen it done, so you got to be careful. And it's pretty flimsy, especially on the Dior one. This one feels a little bit better. Alright, first rotor installed. Alright, wheel is done. I think I'll leave it off. I could put it on now, but I'll leave it off just so I can get the cranks off a little bit easier. I'm going to do the front wheel first, then we'll come back to the cranks. Alright, nothing to do here. 203 rotor, done. Annoying warning sticker. Alright, front wheel is done, so both wheels are done. Raceface next to, I think Raceface has a new carbon crank set out, so I don't know if this one's going away, probably, but these are pretty sweet. So I'm going to put the chainring on and then we're going to weigh it and see how it compares to the old crank. Alright. Raceface chainring installed. So let's get the old one off and then we will see what it weighs. Alright, weight of the FSA Comet cranks coming off the San Quentin, 810 grams. Yeah, that's pretty chunky. Alright, now for the carbon cranks, we are at 481 grams. So FSA may make some heavy cranks. I'm sure they make some lighter ones too, but this FSA bottom bracket remover tool, this thing is awesome. I've used like the Park tool, like inexpensive ones, and they're real thin metal. This sucker, it's a beast. And you combine that with a breaker bar, and yeah, there's nothing you can't get off when it's stuck. Okay, cranks are installed. So what do we have left? I guess we put the wheels on, pedals, and I think we're good. All right, guys, the San Quentin upgrades are done. So the crank set looks pretty sweet. The Race Face, that raw carbon, looks really cool. So much lighter than what was on there before. The SLX chainring in the back. And of course the Industry 9 Enduro with the Hydra hubs, and then the new Trail King tires. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. So if you want to upgrade your San Quentin 3 and take off a couple pounds, this is a perfect option for you guys.
So as far as brakes, we didn't have these or do the install on these, but he went with some Shimano Saint brakes, which they're basically a downhill brake, so very beefy. Lots of stopping power on these XT rotors. Yeah, so the Saint brakes are basically one of Shimano's nicest brakes. They have a nice feel to them, nice lever, and lots of stopping power. So yeah, I think he did good going with the Saint brakes. They're expensive, but they are nice.
So let me know what you guys think. What would you have done to your San Quentin 3? Would you have left it alone? Would you upgrade? I think it's pretty cool. These are some pretty sweet upgrades.
And this one's actually for sale. So if you want to get a sweet San Quentin 3 that was hardly ridden at all with a ton of upgrades for basically almost free, look in the description and get this bike before it's gone. Let us know if we can help you with anything San Quentin or mountain bike related. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching today's video. If you liked it, hit that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from Biking Roots, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.